people with almost no media access. The only media they really used and had access to was a mobile phone. So 54 million people there had a phone. So as a solution, they got together with the mobile operators and content providers and created a radio station that was possible, the radio station via mobile, called the Kankajura station. And the way it worked was that they created a 15-minute free on-demand entertainment channel. So the people, they had to make a missed call, and then after that the radio station called them back, and they got access to 15 minutes of free entertainment, which was all branded with Unilever products. So it was kind of first of its kind free advertiser-owned entertainment channel accessible through mobile. They had to, the biggest challenge obviously was to promote the number, because these people, were not it was not possible to access them via traditional media channels, so they used mostly outdoor media in railway stations, gas stations, cattle fairs, everywhere where people gathered. And the main challenge was to reinforce the number, the mobile, I think it was a 9 or 10-digit number where people had to call in order to receive the entertainment program by Unilever. And here's the film showing how it all worked.
इधर 6-7 घंटा बिजली कट जाती है, टीवी नहीं देख पाते हैं।
रेडियो का है तो ट्यूनिंग ठीक से नहीं मिल पाता है, किसी को फ्रीक्वेंसी उसके ठीक से नहीं चल पाती।
हमारे गांव में तो 85% लोग पास मोबाइल है।
मोबाइल में मैं सॉन्ग सुनना पसंद करती हूँ।
मोबाइल में मैं गेम खेलता हूँ, उससे गाना सुनता हूँ, वीडियोस देखता हूँ।
ज़्यादा टीवी और रेडियो से इंटरेस्टिंग आजकल लोग मोबाइल के लिए है।
मोबाइल पर कॉल आ रहा था, कान खजूरा वाला जो गाना जो बोलता है वही गाना के बारे में बता रहा था।
कान खजूरा का गाना बजा, उसके बाद बोल रहा था कि कुछ भी बटन दबा दो गाना आ जाएगा।
ये जगह जगह पे बैनर वगैरह लगे हुए हैं।
इसके मिस कॉल करने के लिए कि गाना सुनाई देता है, कुछ डिटेल बताए।
जो नया फिल्म आ रहा है उसके सॉन्ग सुने, बॉस फिल्म का है।
चुटकुले भी आ रहा था उसमें।
अगर अपने हस्बैंड की जिंदगी चाहते हो तो $1800 दो, वरना उसके 30,000 टुकड़े करके 1 2 3 यानी अंग्रेजी में 1 2 3 कर देंगे।
इसमें बहुत सारे एडवर्टाइजिंग आते हैं, लाइव बॉय, लक्स, फिर क्लोजअप वगैरह।
इस महंगाई के जमाने में व्हील वॉशिंग पाउडर हो गया और भी किफायती। आधा किलो 22 नहीं, सिर्फ 20 रुपए में, समझे?
बोल रहा था कि लक्स साबुन से उसमें सोने का सिक्का मिलता है।
उसके बाद था पॉन्ड्स वाइट ब्यूटी का छोटा पैक 10 रुपए में आ रहा है।
मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है कि एक रेवोल्यूशन है। मैंने एक दिन में 4-5 बार कॉल किया है।
कान खजूरा स्टेशन ये अपने आप में ही बॉस है।
That's really an amazing project. They became the largest media channel in the region with 24 million callers and 8 million loyal listeners. And they got 200,000 calls a day in a peak time. The goal initially was to reach 10% of the population in 6 months, but they got over 25% and delivered over 70 million ad impressions with a cost under 4 US cents per person. So the key learning here is that teaming up with some key telecom providers has given Hindustan Unilever a database of subscribers. So they got the phone numbers of these people as well. And they now have developed it. So this initially was launched 1 year ago. So now they have developed it. They have different types of programming. They have talk, they have music, they have jokes. And also it's now possible to choose between different styles of music. For example, they discovered that people love to listen different music in the morning. So they in India they want to have more inspirational music in the morning. So they now created different channels. So when the idea of having this mobile radio or mobile channel is already accepted by the audience, they now can start to develop it even further. Plus, there's been a lot of interest in some other markets, especially in Africa, about this approach. So Unilever may use it in a more media blind markets as a really innovative way of reaching people. So I think it shows that even old technology can be something very new in a way, and mobile marketing doesn't have to be about the very high-tech apps or you know, devices that smell like bacon or something. It can be something really simple, and it's possible to touch a lot of people, to engage with them, and the possibilities are virtually endless, because the penetration of mobile phones is so high almost in every market. So the challenge for the brands is still relevancy. I think this is really the #1 issue here, is that there is a lot of enough, I would say, entertainment and games, kind of intrusive, meaningless solutions. So if brands want to really talk to their customers and touch them, they have to be relevant. And the app they create or solution they create must be useful for their people. I think the time is up now. Thank you. Here is my email address. So in case you would like to receive the presentation, then please send me an email. And I will send you a link to a Dropbox where I upload the presentation together with the film. So in case you like, just email me. And in case you have any questions or comments, please feel free to raise your hand and ask. And the first one gets a free book. Okay, gentlemen there? Here's the book. The geolocation campaign with the offers that, you know, if you were closer than 300 meters to a Starbucks restaurant and you were a subscriber of O2 mobile network, you got a personalized voucher for a discount. So instead of an old-fashioned way of, you know, sending somebody out or putting an offer on a window, they sent the message via mobile, and were criticized that why they do it, why they send such a simple message in so complicated way. But then the explanation was that they really want to be ahead of the others. They want to test and experiment, and that's why they do all different kinds of things in the area of mobile. But now finally, with the app they use in the US, which includes their payment, they have really taken off, and they are, I think, now in top 3 in branded apps in the US. The other one is Domino's Pizza.
companies can take action to protect a hashtag that you've spent a lot of effort in developing? What are the actions they can take?
Thank you. So I mean, if somebody hijacks the Twitter hashtag, for example?
No. Yeah. For example, the McDonald's hashtag, which people use for something else.
Well, I mean, that's a kind of, I would say it's a new normal. If somebody hijacks, like, there's a famous case, I think, in the early days of internet when somebody registered the domain whitehouse.something and opened a porn site under that. And legally, it was impossible to stop them. So, anybody can hijack the name and use it, register it, and companies have tried to stop them, but in most cases it's almost impossible. And I think that the audience or consumers, they kind of have accepted that it's kind of a new normal, that if some person who doesn't love your brand hijacks your domain or Twitter hashtag, then there's nothing to do about it. The only way is to just generate more positive messages under your official hashtag or name. Yes? So this campaign was about India, and the numbers I showed, these were official numbers by Unilever. When it comes to new markets, they haven't started it yet, but they were interested in doing it in some African countries, like I think Zimbabwe, where they really wanted to.
No, I'm talking about the return on investment.
Oh, return on, yeah. These numbers, like this 4 cents per contact, these are the numbers that were provided by Unilever.
But not on the sales of the product that they were actually promoting on the radio channel. It included only the cost of the media, so the cost of developing it and the cost of telecom operator. So the discount on product was not included there, if you ask that. Yes.
Hello. Are you aware of the Malaysia Airlines, the Ultimate Bucket List campaign?
No.
The one that they launched in September. So after the 2 accidents, they launched a Facebook campaign, and the name was the Ultimate Bucket List.
Okay.
Bucket list means things to do before you die.
Yeah.
So actually, my question was, why do you think they could do that? Like, why were they able to not do a market research or have professionals telling them not to do that campaign?
Well, very often I'm not familiar with the campaign, but based on what you just said, it sounds like a kind of they probably were desperate. They in the situation where they are now, they are desperate, and they do probably things that they should not do. So the company is going through a very difficult times at the moment, and it's even very difficult to give them any good PR advice what they should do. Should they remain silent and wait until everything settles down, or should do? But in this, it's probably the worst crisis of history that any company has been through. Losing 2 airplanes during 1 year under very strange circumstances, especially the first one. So I mean, I would be a billionaire if I could give a sound advice what to do in a such complicated situation. But probably it would help to remain silent for a while at least, and then start doing things. Yes.
As far as I understand, on the apps, we have 2 kinds of apps. The apps that are sold with a price and they provide a service.
Yes.
And the apps that are for free and are related to the business.
Exactly.
My question is, what's the trend? We are going to see more those that are paid, or more those that are related to business and you get them for free?
Well, branded apps goal. If a brand creates an app, then the brand is interested in distributing it to as many people as possible. So that's why these branded apps are all free. And probably the only or the main area where you can actually charge money for the app is entertainment, games. But when it comes to branded apps, then it's part of the marketing strategy. So like you can't charge money for showing your ad on television, so it comes as a free advertising. You can't charge money for your branded app. There might be some very few examples, but I would say 99.9% of branded apps are free or paid by someone else. Like those taxi apps like Uber, and there are similar other taxi apps in different countries. They are free for the consumer, but the taxi companies pay for every transaction, for example. So there is a monetization model, but the money is not taken directly from the end consumers. Well, thanks a lot then.